My Chemical Romance are the gothic leaders of a rock and roll revolution. The Furious Five from Jersey made it their mission to fight evil with song.
You write something that all of a sudden, like, people say, like, thank you, and you know, you pushing the limits and doing what you guys did really changed my life. That makes it worthwhile.
But the road to success is a tough one. After a grueling battle with a crippling drug and alcohol addiction, lead singer Gerard Way had sunk into a suicidal depression.
It's very difficult dealing with having a crash course in growing up, taking care of yourself, fame, success, all this other stuff that you didn't plan on. Sometimes it could eat out, your insides, eat your insides out.
MCR manager Brian Schechter stepped in at a crucial moment, fighting off the despairing singer's plan to end it all.
I might not be alive today, and I made the decision with the help of the band to take a different path.
The terrifying plunge was a rude awakening for Gerard. In the course of a week, Gerard found himself on a slippery path to sobriety, while the group made the difficult decision to replace drummer Matt Pellissier. Matt's argumentative attitude had led to escalating tensions, and Gerard's recovery hinged on a supportive environment. MCR hired soundman and friend Bob Breyer as a replacement. This was the turning point. The group had gained two valuable assets, a flawless new drummer and a new, focused, healthy frontman.
This band has a way of self-imposing some very difficult situations onto itself just to get the best results.
With a fresh outlook and a heightened sense of confidence, the band went all out when it came time to shoot the video for I'm Not Okay.
Face it, you're never gonna make it.
I don't want to make it. I just want to.
They had a green light to create the fantasy worlds they'd always dreamed of.
There's always been cinema for this band. We watch, everything from European films to Hong Kong action flicks to horror movies. That's where we draw, I think, our biggest influence.
The band followed up with ambitious videos for Ghost of You, a dramatic anti-war statement, and Helena, a touching homage to the Way brothers' late grandmother.
The whole video is pretty natural for us because we all kind of went through this, so it's just kind of like reliving a really bad day.
My Chemical Romance had successfully turned music videos into theatrical pieces of art.
It's almost this fictional fantasy world that we use as a metaphor for real life.
Their epic, sweeping stories thrust them into the forefront of the rock and roll game. But even though the group was fulfilling their dreams, they faced opposition. Shock rocker Marilyn Manson publicly slammed the group in Spin magazine, claiming they'd ripped off his goth persona and glam rock sound. They also drew heat from critics, who maintained the group was exploiting teenage angst in exchange for record sales.
Whether 100,000 people love us or not, we still face opposition, and it needs to be there. I think without the opposition, this band has nothing.
But MCR didn't have time for nasty accusations. They were too busy keeping their personal demons at bay. During their massively successful 2005 headlining tour, bassist Mikey Way began suffering from crushing on-stage anxiety attacks. What began as nagging feelings of self-doubt soon spun out of control when Mikey tried to numb his depression with drugs and alcohol. History was repeating itself.
You kind of want, you want what you can't have, I guess.
But Mikey hid his growing illness, diving headfirst into the recording process of the group's hotly anticipated third album. But the environment was tough on Mikey's state of mind.
We're in an extremely alienating situation, and he found it very difficult to cope.
The band's attorney staged an intervention. Work on the album grinded to a halt, leaving the band to wonder how they'd pull through another personal tragedy.
When you dig really deep and you push each other so hard, demons come out and you have to fight them. And to do that on your own is really hard. So when you really find out that you're living with your family and these are the people that really have your back, it makes you feel, more powerful, I guess, because you're fighting it together.
With the help of a team of psychologists, Mikey got treatment for his depression and was able to return to the band to record on the album.
Making this record was the hardest thing we've ever had to do.